stroke the ball, then you've got to just go for it 100%. And Brendan Taylor was just a little circumspect in the last game when he was out caught behind. Wasn't he caught behind?
But he's off the mark.
Caught behind, in two minds whether to leave the ball or to play it, and so
what you explained, to take
caught at the crease and was caught behind.
Adjust to the conditions.
Now he's got to find a way, a method to get some runs.
Option is to go hard, straight from ball number one and break your shackles. Find some form by hitting the board.
That's a top quality delivery.
Chababa needs to still keep a very clear head. He did get a few shots away. Nice lines there from Hasnain. He did get a few shots away in the first T20, but obviously couldn't capitalize on that. Probably just, now that he's still opening, he probably just needs to take a little bit of time, get the balance right, see which way the ball's moving, and then go for his shots.
Oh, there's confusion, and it happens when you're a little rusty and out of touch, because you want to A, get off the mark ASAP, and B, because you've not really occupied the crease for a long period of time that you can misread a single. There's never a run there. It'll be interesting to see where they bat Abdullah.
Sure, there's a lot of nerves pinging in the back of his head. He'll want to get a good score here.
On the team sheet, he's been penciled in as an opener. So that's good news, and good news always is to see Haris Rauf. A little bit of hesitation,
What a star!
but he's off the mark.
Fabulous attitude.
So there are two ways of going about it. One is what you explained, to take your time and adjust to the conditions. Give yourself ample opportunity at the crease to get some form. The other option is to go hard, straight from ball number one, and break your shackles. Find some form by hitting the board.
Had to do is drive through the line. Very good shot for him. Will certainly give him some confidence.
Chamu playing a
Shot goes straight to the fielder, and after over number one, it's two without a wicket.
Sweet. I absolutely love it. Mid-high and cut and fall. Glorious, twice now, 2 balls.
Another sweetly timed shot there by Chababa. And Rauf this time pitching it in slightly short. He was on top of the ball very quickly. Backward point fielder had no chance.
One a straight drive, the other a cut shot. So he's read 2 lengths and has pounced on 2 opportunities here. Cashed in on a wider angle.
It'll be interesting to see where they bat Abdullah Shafiq, because if Zimbabwe end up with a handful, then you might as well promote him to open the innings.
Haris Rauf really losing the grip.
On the team sheet, he's been penciled in as an opener.
Obviously still very
So that's
young
good
in the
news, and
international
good
stage as well as
news
Rauf.
always is to see Haris Rauf bowl. What a star he's become.
Wasn't quite sure, but I think it's Babar
Fabulous
needs to go up and
attitude.
speak to him just to sort of calm him down a little bit. Still
Oh,
early
driven
in his
beautifully.
T20 career. He's picked up the 5 wickets in
What
the
a good
series.
shot that is. So that's an excellent way to get some form back.
Well, he's heard you, Ramiz. He's going for his shots, breaking the shackles. They were slightly over-pitched, and all Chababa had to do is drive through the line.
A good hand.
Very good shot for him. Will certainly give him some confidence.
I think the previous ball that went wide down the leg side, he tried.
Chamu playing a chum-chum shot.
Just got it all mixed up and wrong.
Ramiz, you want to explain that?
Chum-chum is a sweet. I absolutely love it. Mid-high
I think it's
and
important
cut
for him
and
to
fall.
stick to his natural
Glorious,
angle,
twice
which
now,
is
2
swing the
balls.
ball away from the right hander. Doesn't need to unnecessarily try stuff. Another sweetly timed shot there by Chababa. And Rauf this time pitching it in slightly short. He was on top of the ball very quickly. Backward point fielder had no chance.
Oh, what a shot that is. One a straight drive, the other a cut shot. So he's read two lengths and has pounced on two opportunities here, cashed in on a wider angle.
Brendan Taylor showing what he can do. Just glorious timing, a gentle flick of the wrist.
Goes wide and
Absolutely no
difficult
need to run
even
for
for
that.
Rizwan, who's lithe and
straight.
willowy behind the stumps. He's very athletic. Haris Rauf clearly losing the grip.
Obviously still very young at the international stage as Haris Rauf.
Very expressive, explosive start.
He himself wasn't quite sure, but I think it's Babar needs to go up and speak to him just to sort of calm him down a little bit.
A lot of entertainment.
Still
provided
early
by
days in
Sim.
his T20 career. He's picked up the 5 wickets in this series. He's under the pump now. Still to go, and 19 have come off this over already. And they've all been
Just
good,
goes on to
decent
show the
cricketing
value of
shots.
attack and aggression. It
That's
can
exactly what
offset
Zimbabwe wanted, especially
the game plan of
Zimbabwe.
even a good hand like
Important
Haris
for
Rauf.
Haris to finish this over off well
That's a
now.
lot better. I think the previous ball that went wide down the leg side, he tried this angle, the in-swinging angle, just got it all mixed up and wrong. Played it well. Fruitful over for Zim. They are 21
I
without
think
a
it's important for him to stick to his natural angle, which is swing the ball away from the right-hander. Doesn't need to unnecessarily try stuff. Yes, obviously 2 deliveries didn't go his way. Just needs to calm down and bowl in the correct corridor.
Oh, what a shot that is. Touch, caress, beautifully middle and flick through mid-wicket.
Brendan Taylor showing what he can do. Just
21
glorious
Zimbabwe
timing,
off
a
2.
gentle flick of the wrist.
No is the call.
Absolutely
Chama, where
no
you
need to
going?
run for that. 2
Bit of
straight.
a collusion, I think, with Hasnan. It's a magnificent start by Zimbabwe. Maybe now that the series is sealed, it may just free
Chama
up the
just
players,
seems
the
like he's
batsmen,
going with the flow
particularly.
here. Clearly wasn't a run there, but
Very expressive,
that
explosive start
collision probably saved him.
on the pads once again. So, not a great first over from
Last thing
Haris,
Zimbabwe want is a run out here.
but
They've got
a
off
lot
to
of
a
entertainment
flyer.
provided by Zim. There's this initial invite, and he was off.
1 delivery still to go, and 19 have come off this over already. And they've all been good, decent cricketing shots. I think that's
Oh,
exactly
wait,
what
what's
Zimbabwe
gone?
wanted, especially Chababa.
He's hell-bent on, it seems.
It's important
getting run
for
out.
Haris to finish this over off well
Because
now.
his partner was ball watching. He was off once again. He wants the strike, I guess. Chamu has stroked a couple of lovely balls. Why? I think he's played it well. Raised his hand. Fruitful over for Zim. They are 21 without a wicket.
Well, both teams have promised us a cracker of a match, and it's certainly gotten off to one. Yes, no, yes, no. Ooh, that would have been very close if that had hit.
That would have been goodbye. That would have been end of Chamu.
A right dive back into the crease. "21 Zimbabwe off 2.
Once the ball lodges into your pads,
No is the call. Chamu, where are you going? Bit of a collusion, I think, with Hasnan. Apologizing to his skipper.
When you go through such an experience of a near run out.
Chamu just seems like he's going with the flow here. Clearly wasn't a run there, but I'm guessing that collision probably saved him.
Narrow escape. So what he has
The
to do
last
is
thing
just
Zimbabwe want is a
take
run
deep
out
breaths
here.
and
They've got off to a
concentrate.
flyer.
He's off to a good start.
Yeah, there's this initial invite, and he was off.
Nicely played. His soft hands single. This time no problem as far as calling is concerned.
Oh, wait, what's gone? He's hell-bent on, it seems, getting run out. Because his partner was ball watching. He was off once again. He wants the strike, I guess. Chamu has stroked a couple of lovely
Made it
balls.
fine for a single.
I think he's grazed his hand in the
They've got a
process.
tight offside field with 4 men in the ring. Well, both teams have promised us a cracker of a match, and it's certainly gotten off to one. Yes, no, yes, no. Ooh,
You've got to be just a little
that
bit
would have been
careful
very
when you're
close if that had
running
hit.
With,
That would have been
Taylor.
goodbye.
Slightly on the
That would
heavier
have
side,
been
not as sprightly as he used to
End
be.
of Chamu. Heroic dive back into the crease.
So far, so good.
Yeah, I
Sim.
can do that. Once the ball lodges into your pads, it becomes a dead ball. So he could pick it up with his hands.
Now's the call. Nice early call for a no.
See, what happens is when you
Without a wicket.
go through such an experience of a near run out, the next ball that you face, you're obviously still not there. Because that reel is being played in your mind of a narrow escape. So what he has to do is to just take deep breaths and concentrate now. Chamu, he's off to a good start. Nicely played. With soft hands, a single. This time, no problem as far as calling was concerned. Which calling card are they using? Still on Zim calling card?
We'll have to find that out later, I guess. But yeah, nicely played there. Played it fine for a single.
Coming on to bowl, different angle for Zimbabweans now to cater.
Dan's got a tight offside field with 4 men in the ring.
Playing his first T20I game in
3
the
on the
series.
leg side. Fine leg is up. Shubaba wants to
In fact,
keep
you've
the
got to be
charge
just a
on.
little bit careful when you're
Looks like there's only
running
Ahmad settled
with
in. It's his first
Brendan
game of
Taylor. He's slightly on the heavier side and not as sprightly as he used to be.
Chance run out. Once again, misses the stumps. A fielder. Chamu's been like a
So
James
far,
Bond,
so good,
living
Zim.
dangerously.
Living on the edge clearly. That's probably the third
Knows the call.
yes and no call in the
Nice early
second,
call
very
for a
close
no.
call.
23 without a wicket.
He's playing on 12. He's played well up till now.
Yeah, Aruj is only on 12, but I'm already exhausted explaining what he's trying to do out there as far as running between wickets is concerned. A lot of twists and turns, needless twists and turns. You know, the idea is right. You've got to get some rhythm into your batting, and singles provide you that rhythm and platform where you get a little bit of confidence. And batting is about rhythm. But he's got it called correctly. Twice already, I think.
Imad Wasim is coming on to bowl, different angle for Zimbabweans now to cater. Playing his first T20I game in the series.
Flick, catch it is the call. It's taken on second attempt.
Shubaba wants to keep
I
the
think it's
charge
good
on.
shot.
Looks like he doesn't want to let Ahmad
The
settle
ball
in.
popped out
It's
of
his first
hand
game,
and then
obviously.
He had the presence of mind really of taking in the end.
I didn't get a hold of that, Taylor.
Catch it! Oh!
Really
Hit
knocked
it!
it up into the
Chance
air.
run out.
Luckily,
Once
he
again,
got a hold of that on
misses the
second goal. The
stumps.
captain
A
would have
fielder.
not been happy. But Ahmad picks up the first Zimbabwean wicket and is the big man.
Chamu's been like
Taylor
a
goes for 8.
James Bond, living
Zimbabwe
dangerously.
22-1. Living on the edge clearly. That's probably the third
Go check, ठीक है.
yes and no call in the second very close call.
देखने का पता क्या रहा है? अंदर.
He's playing on 12. He's played well up till now.
खुद ही. Well bowling, good bowling. मैं ठीक है इसी पे रहा.
Yeah, Aruj is only on 12, but I'm already exhausted explaining what he's trying to do out there as far as running between wickets is concerned. A lot of twists and turns, needless twists and turns.
One.
You know, the idea is right. You've got to get some rhythm into your batting, and singles provide you that rhythm and platform where you get a little bit of confidence. And batting is about rhythm. But he's got to call correctly.
A good breakthrough, Brendan Taylor.
Twice already, I think.
A nasty
He's had
opponent.
near escapes, near misses.
So right after 4 overs, 27 for.
Catch it!
Flick, catch it is the call. It's taken. On second attempt, I think it's Khushdil Shah, who the ball popped out of his hand, and then he had the presence of mind really of taking it in the end.
Yeah, didn't get a hold of that, Taylor. He just merely went straight up into the air. But luckily, he got a hold of that on the second goal. The captain would have not been happy. But Imad picks up the first Zimbabwean wicket and is the big man. Taylor goes for 8. Zimbabwe 26 for 1.
But initially, it's been the case where Zimbabwe start off well. Musa into the attack. And being pumped down the ground, but not enough timing on that, just a single.
Home mate.
And Taylor just chipping this into the leg side, and because the ball swinging back into him, it's always going to go pretty square.
Craig Irvin is at the non-striker's end. Imad Wasim has picked up a wicket and given Pakistan a good breakthrough. Brendan Taylor could have been a nasty opponent. So right after
Craig Irvin,
4 overs,
first game
27 for.
in this T20 series. But he'll have to make sure that Zimbabwe, well, they've lost their way in both T20s in the middle overs, and it almost sort of have a good start and then fall away. It's now they sort of, it's not really the middle of the innings, but it starts from here where they've fallen away. It's past the back. How do they address this mid-innings crisis?
Well, I think what's pulled them back the most in this middle bit of the innings.
But initially, it's been the case where Zimbabwe start off well.
Now we've just seen Brendan Taylor and how he got
Musa
up
into the
today
attack.
on the legs and really just chipped the ball. This was
And
the first
being
T20 international.
pumped down the
He did
ground,
exact
but
same
not
thing.
enough timing on that, just a
Actually,
single.
he spoke when he got out that if he had actually hit the ball as opposed to just chipping it, he probably could have got it over the boundary. Similar dismissal today. Just to go
Brendan
back to
Taylor just chipping this into the leg side, and because the ball swinging back into him, it's always going to go pretty square.
They lose a guy who's scoring.
Wanted to
nicely.
hit
I think if you
straighter.
look at the scorecards for both the first T20 and the second T20, you'll find that a couple of people got starts 30, 35, 40, but then get out.
So
of
Craig
the line.
Irvin,
Some
his
newcomers
first game
has to face,
in this
good pace, ball
T20
moving
series.
around. The leg spin
But
over
he'll
here, which has been good in the middle parts.
Have to make sure that Zimbabwe, well, they've lost their way in both T20s in the middle overs, and it almost sort of have a good start and then fall away.
They've had their biggest problems in this middle part of the innings.
It's now they sort of, it's not really the middle of the innings, but it starts from here where they've fallen
The
away.
biggest problem today for you, Tino, has been the heat and that woolen cap. That's been a big problem. I think in the evening you'll be all right.
It's past the bat, Chino. How do they address this mid-innings
You've
crisis?
always been hot-headed, Tino.
Well, I think what's pulled them back
I don't think so.
the most in this middle bit of the innings
Cool, calm, and collected.
is wickets falling at the wrong time. No, we've just seen Brendan Taylor and how he got out today on the legs and really just chipped the ball. This was the first T20 international, and he did the exact same thing. And actually, we spoke when he got out that if he had actually hit the ball, as opposed to just chipping it, he probably could have got it over the boundary. Similar dismissal today. Yeah, I think tonight the temperatures will drop, and I'll be pretty comfortable. Just to go back to your question, Basit, the problem they've had is that they have a little bit of a partnership, and then just at the wrong time, they lose a guy who's scoring nicely. I think if you look through the scorecards for both in the first T20 and the second T20, you'll find that a couple of people got starts, 30, 35, 40, but then get out at the wrong time. Somebody new comes in, has to face good pace, ball moving around. The leg spin of Kadir, which has been good in the middle parts, and it's just difficult for them to get going and continue the momentum that they had. So that's where I found that they've had their biggest problems in this middle part of the innings, and today I hope they can try and address that.
The biggest problem today for you, Tino, has been the heat and that woolen cap. That's been a big problem. I think in the evening you'll be all right. Short and quick, past the bat. Ahmad got a wicket in his over, but he's been replaced by Ashok. You've always been hot-headed, Tino. Sixth over of the power play. Oh, the last over of the power play.
I don't think so when I batted, Bazit. I thought I was quite
A lot of teams regard that as
cool,
a very
calm and collected.
over in terms of the 20 overs. Yeah, the helmet's got much more
opportunity to take advantage of
coolness to it. It lets air come through. This hat doesn't let anything come through. It's for the winters, Tino. You've been sold a hat for the up north in the winters. It is winters there, but it'll cool down in the evening, so keep wearing it.
Yeah, I think tonight the temperatures will drop,
Zim batted
and I'll be
first
pretty
in
comfortable.
both the games and got 156. Got ball pulled into the leg side, and that'll race away. Off the mark with the boundary. It's 5 gone, 32 for 1. T20 side just throughout that 20 overs go hard, and more often than not they get to a desired score. The problem Zim are having are they're trying to build innings, and then it sort of falls apart. But obviously not played a lot of T20 cricket, which I keep coming back to. And Arsoil gets a wicket. Trying to turn this on the leg side, and it's caught at point.
I'll tell you what, this is a good catch. It's gone quickly, but other than that, he's turning the bat into the onside. So the last thing you expect is the ball to loop up and go into the offside. But that is a really good catch. He's moved quickly.
Harish Rauf.
And he's made sure that he's got the hands
Short
under
and
the ball.
quick past the bat. Ahmad got a wicket in his over, but he's been replaced by Harish Rauf.
Craig Irvin's gone.
Sixth over of the power play. Oh, the last over of the power play. A lot of teams regard that as a very important over in terms of the 20 overs.
Last opportunity to take advantage of the vast spaces beyond that inner circle.
But you know, Zim batted first in both the games and got 156 and 134. Yes, we talked about them losing wickets all the time, but the good T20 side just throughout that 20 overs go hard, and more often than not they get to a desired score. The problem Zim are having are they're trying to build innings, and then it sort of falls apart. But obviously not played a lot of T20 cricket, which I keep coming back to. He's been a revelation. And Arsoil gets a wicket. Trying to turn this on the leg side, and it's caught at point.
Vast amounts of talent that I'll tell you what, this is a good catch. It's gone quickly, but other than that, he's turning the bat into the onside. So the last thing you expect is the ball to loop up and go into the offside. But that is a really good catch. He's moved quickly, and he's made sure that he's got the hands under the ball, Fakhar Zaman. one of the top fielders in the Pakistan side, and that's a good catch. Craig Irvin's gone for 4. Zimbabwe 33 for 2.
The length was perfect against Irvin.
Good length. Good angle across the left-hander. Made him think that it was going to be coming back into him, which is what he does naturally to the left-hander. Haris Rauf. Again, quality catch from Fakhar Zaman.
Power play done. It's 39 for 2. Standout player for Zimbabwe this tour. Starts off with a classy little flick into the leg side. He's been a revelation.
We've seen the vast amount of talent that young Wesley Madevere has. Fallen straight from Rauf. Just picks that off the legs with ease. Wesley Madevere off the mark with the boundary.
Throw at Chibaba then, and Chibaba was almost unaware of what was happening.
Yeah, he looked
No
like
better length. Haris Rauf, but
fielder was going to throw
the length was perfect against Irvin.
Good length, danger end. Good angle across the left-hander. Made him think that it was going to be coming back into him, which is what he does naturally to the left-hander. Haris Rauf. And again, 40 for 2 now. Quality catch from Fakhar Zaman. We're 39 for 2 at the end of the power play. Second T20 international, 45 for 3 after the first 6, and 42 for 2 in the first T20.
Scramble single. Power play done. It's 39 for 2. Simply just bowled short of a length. That's his natural length. Zimbabwe, they started off brightly in the power play. Lovely straight drive from Chibaba. Smash through the offside, flick through the onside, and second over looked as if things were going their way. Then Brendan Taylor shipping it into the outfield, got caught. And Irvin dismissed with a delivery that seemed away. As they started off as per usual, classic. Quick delivery here. He does bowl the bouncer well. He does like that back of a length, but just saw Chibaba take a step towards him.
One for the over. Signaled by...
Throw at Chibaba then, and Chibaba was almost unaware of what was happening.
Yeah, he looked like he thought fielder was going to throw it to the keeper's end. Of course, that is the danger end. Closer for the fielder at point. Wesley Madevere is quick.
Just fraction, just touch.
You know, the one thing we don't hear about
40 for 2 now. Zimbabwe, one ball into the 7th over. We were 39 for 2 at the end of the power play. Second T20 international, 45 for 3 after the first 6, and 42 for 2 in the first T20.
You need a lot of infrastructure, a lot of money to be spent there, and it correlates basically to the top scramble single, making a lot of money. And then they get their team to so will consistently just bowl short of a length. That's his natural length. Zimbabwe not up to the mark. Zimbabwe, well, they started off brightly in the power play. Lovely straight drive from Chibaba. Smashed through the offside, flick through the onside, and second over looked as if things were going their way. Then Brendan Taylor shipping it into the outfield, got caught.
cricket at that level.
And Irvin dismissed with a delivery that seemed away.
Strong. I think we can get better.
Wesley started off as per usual, classy.
And the domestic structure in particular and how much cricket they play there.
Quick delivery. Well, he does bowl the bouncer well. He does like that back of a length, but just saw Chibaba take a step towards him.
It being played domestically in Zimbabwe can improve.
One for the over.
Sometimes you'll have a
Signaled by umpire
umpire
Hassan Raza, but this is well bowled. Chibaba just telegraphing his intentions a little bit early.
While last season there wasn't a local.
Really well done by Musa to pick that up and change his length.
Games as well, get exposure, and then
Followed Chibaba as well.
42 for 2.
You know, the one thing we don't hear about is the lesser teams not playing enough international cricket or not playing enough T20s, as is the case with Zimbabwe, and also the fact that there's a lot of money involved in getting cricket structure going and getting the team in a better way. You need a lot of infrastructure, a lot of money to be spent there, and it correlates basically to the top teams who are making a lot of money, and then they get their team to become one of the top teams. So on the surface we just look at it and say Zimbabwe not up to the mark in terms of probably thinking that they carry on like this, they'll get a wicket and over of getting a lot of results. This won't go Musa's way, but there's a lot of background to that.
There is. And before you get to international level and play enough cricket at that level, I really think that, one, the development structure needs to be strong. I think we can get better with regards to that in Zimbabwe. And the domestic structure in particular and how much cricket they play there. I think a couple of nights ago I had a conversation with Wasim on air about T20 cricket and it being played domestically in Zimbabwe can improve. Sometimes you'll have a season where there won't be a T20 competition. There's always the Logan Cup, which is the 4-day stuff, the 50-over competition. I think if I remember well, last season there wasn't a local domestic T20. So it's important for the guys to play those games as well, get exposure, and then play at international level. 42 for 2.
Just coming back to what we were talking about very quickly, Bazit. Exposure, domestic level. Look at Pakistan, just had the National T20 Cup. There was the franchises, which is the Pakistan Super League.
Down the ground, Chibaba this time, falls short of the man at long on, and he gets a boundary.
Just got one ball to go, Bazit. Very quickly finish. I know that Harish Rawal is somebody who was picked up.
Mark comes back into the attack. He scored that 1 over in the power play, got a wicket, and then Haris Rauf was introduced for the 6th over and he got a wicket, now hard back. So probably thinking that they carry on like this, they'll get a wicket and over from the pavilion end. Well, 13 of the 8 is 55 for 2. Magusim, a very clever operator, doesn't spin the ball much, but he's always attacking the stumps. Down the ground, shout of catch it, but it's over the top. Maximum, but nicely done by Chibaba. 13-6 off the series.
Just a bit of air, not much. But Chibaba had decided that he was going to take him on.
2 down for 55. And their examinations hasn't
Coming back to what we were talking about very quickly, Bazit. Exposure, domestic level. Look at Pakistan, just had the National T20 Cup. There was the franchises, which is the Pakistan Super League.
Down the ground, Chibaba this time, falls short of the man at long on, and he gets a boundary.
Such a good way to begin your spell with a wrong gun. Normally,
just got one ball to go, Bazit, if I can just very quickly finish. I know that Harish Rawal is somebody who was picked up in the advent of T20 cricket, and he's gone on to represent the country He may not get a lot. That exposure prepares him for international level. Lots of games, lots of experience.
Catch it is the call. This should be taken and gone. And that's the value.
Well, 13 of the 8 is 55 for 2.
Because wrist spin is in fashion, in vogue, and there's a reason why. Because you have a wicket-taking option.
And with the wrong one on the first ball, he has got the batter in 2 minds. He was nowhere there to play this shot. Takes the top edge, gets out on the boundary.
Shamu Chababa is gone after scoring a quick 31, 55 for 3. This has been a good start by Zimbabwe, 2 down for 55, and their examination hasn't ended because now they're pitted against a very talented leg spinner, Usman Qadir. Sana Mir is with me. Hello, Sana. Do you rate him,
Hi,
Usman?
Ramiz bhai. Definitely, I think he has been the pick of the spinners in this whole series for T20.
That is such a good way to begin your spell with a wrong one. Normally, they say leg spinners take a bit of time to adjust the to the googly length, but he's almost on the mark here.
This is what happens when you have the confidence, you have some wickets in the bag and the team is doing well, you can take some chances pretty early on. This was the leg spinner. And good
Catch it is the call. This should be taken and gone. And that's the value you have with a leg spinner in the playing 11 because wrist spin is in fashion, in vogue, and there's a reason why, because you have a wicket-taking option.
And with the wrong one on the first ball, he has got the batter in 2 minds. He was nowhere there to play this shot. Takes the top edge, gets out on the boundary. Brian Burl was played really good 2 innings.
Shamu Chababa is gone after scoring a quick 31, 55 for 3.
Played 19 matches. It's a left and right hand combination. Usman Qadir bowling wrong ones to both batters.
Beautiful delivery. He's pretty tall. He's taller than his dad. He's about 6, so he'll get the ball to dip and bounce. What a good leg spinner that is. A lot to like about this young kid.
Yes, great revolutions on the ball there. Batsman squaring up. A perfect side for a leg spinner there.
Batsman in his first over. What a good start by Usman Qadir. 57 for 3. Wesley's on strike. Gets it to spin.
Another wrong one there from Usman Qadir. Looking very confident now. This is the wicket. This is the ball. This was the leg spinner. And a good catch in the deep.
He should have done better with that length. It wasn't such a difficult ball to hit, but I think he tried to hit it just a little too hard. I would give him a slip, the way he's spinning the wrong end. He believes in angles. Good way to start the knock with a strong drive down the ground if you're a right-hander.
Brian Burl was played really good 2 innings in the last T20s. His best score is 57. Played 19 matches. It's a left and right hand combination. Usman Qadir bowling wrong ones to both batters. Here is the reverse sweep.
Ah, lovely, beautiful delivery. He's pretty tall. He's taller than his dad. He's about 6, so he'll get the ball to dip and bounce. What a good leg spinner that is. A lot to like about this young kid.
Yes, great revolutions on the ball there. Batsman squaring up. A perfect sight for a leg spinner there.
Befuddled the batsman in his first over. What a good start by Usman Qadir. 57 for 3. Ahmad Wasim. He's kind of an exact opposite of Usman Qadir. Doesn't believe in spinning the ball. He believes in angles. Lovely in-drift bowler to the right-handers, and very difficult to hit through the offside if you're a right-hander.
Low trajectory straight.
Catch it. Soft dismissal.
Also on this occasion, making sure
He's just arrived at the crease and took a lot of risk playing a cute shot and paying the price for it. The other thing that he does so well, Imam,
and here is the reverse sweep. Imam watching the batter, making sure the ball was full and it was not there to sweep. Another blow for Zimbabwe. Ryan Burl out for 1 of 3, 57 for 4. Much time to the batter to settle with wickets falling. There's no time to think, rethink or regroup with Imad bowling there. So this is when Milton Shumba got his debut cap, a proud moment for him.
I think he got the cap from Hamilton Masakatsa, who used to absolutely muscle the ball. Managing this side after 10:58.
मेन फिरोजपुर रोड पर 94 न्यूज़ के मरकजी दफ्तर की इफ्तिताही तकरीब.
Milton Shumba, can he roar on debut? Explained earlier, Shumba means lion.
Imad Wasim bowling
मेन फिरोजपुर रोड पर 94 न्यूज़ के मरकजी दफ्तर की रोड पर 94 न्यूज़ के मरकजी दफ्तर.
Here also on this occasion, making sure he was targeting the batter. He is turning the ball really well. There was a time Usman Qadir was thinking about playing in Australia.
The other thing that he does so well, Imad, is he goes through the overs very quickly. Just a couple of paces of run up and he's at you in a jiffy.
Doesn't give much time to the batter to settle with wickets falling. There's no time to think, rethink or regroup with Imad bowling there. So this is when Milton Shumba got his debut cap, a proud moment for him.
I think he got the cap from Hamilton Masakatsa, who used to absolutely muscle the ball. Now managing this side after 10:58 for 4.
Show their talent away from home. Different conditions, how are they going to adapt to these conditions? And then under pressure, how can they rebuild this innings? It's a good test for them.
And the glasses on the right, there is Zakir Khan looking out for the foreign teams and delegation. Oh, beautifully bowled. Missed the stumps, batsman didn't read it, the keeper also didn't get it.
The best part of Usman Qadir's bowling is his action is so good. Just changes it very late, not letting the batter or the keeper read it. Very lucky to survive this one.
You bowl spin. Usman Qadir is going to bowl again. He's been given a slip. Pretty excited watching Usman Qadir because there's seen a bit of nip
Good decision there. Yes, turning the ball really well. There was a time Usman Qadir was thinking about playing in Australia for Australia because he was not getting the breakthrough needed here. So it's really good to see him in the green colours now for Pakistan. Cool game for the bowlers. You don't get to slide the ball too much. So it's really good to see that he's now acting as a
He's
aggressive bowler.
brimming with talent, Wesley.
And a wicket also.
All he has to do is to make sure that he just doesn't hurry the act. 4 wickets down. Both these batsmen have actually played World Cup cricket for Zimbabwe quite recently, under 19 World Cup cricket.
Don't read a leg spinner properly, you opt for that shot. They're looking at the option of a DRS.
This is a great opportunity for both these young batters to show their talent away from home. Different conditions, how are they going to adapt to these conditions? And in under pressure, how can they rebuild this innings from here? It's a good test for them.
Man with the glasses on the right, that is Zakir Khan, looking after the foreign teams and delegations. Oh, beautifully bowled. It missed the stumps. Batsman didn't read it. The keeper also didn't.